Philosophizing video, and this time I'm going to be discussing the central importance of individuality and individualization, and the importance when it comes to any form of optimal learning in particular and specifically, and also meaningful psychological sustainability requires us to appreciate and also understand that we are all different and that we're not the same and we cannot be the same, and that this is actually impossible because we have subjective experiences, and what makes us who we are is a subjective experience that is different from each other individual. But it's important to also be able to understand, and what really creates cognitive flexibility is divergent thinking and the capacity to increase the range in thought as we bridge together the similarities, and we can also understand what is truly different about myself compared to others and other individuals, and why is this meaningful in particular. And when we particularize the meaningful information specifically, this is how we can start to tap into the beauty and elegance of individuality in the process of individualized thought. And we can start to also see and recognize the individual components of the environment, the parts, the working parts that we particularize and that we are also most attentive to, and which require the most meaningful connective syntheses in terms of when we're engaging in any sort of philosophical theorizing, and being able to well define each component individually and understand how they're not just different, but how they fit together and operate in conjunctive processes that have different forms of configuration and that we can use to engineer various different meanings. And part of how we, say, pilot a good idea is to recognize the individualized components of meaningful information, and then also see how that fits in with others and connective informations, and how we can form different cause and effect relationships by establishing subjective objective relationships that are necessary to constitute these meaningful connective communicatives of thought, in which we have more of these streams that come from different locations but ultimately can flow in the same direction and eventually trickle outwards, and can also be separated and can be purposed to different ends and specialized, and actually specialized, rather than have one function that